Hi, I'm Pug Villalona with Stellar Fishing, and today we're in Aransas Pass, Texas, to show you the fishing locations in what we like to call the drum strip of Texas. My wife and I, we've been fishing for years, and all our fishing locations that we like, we give them little nicknames so we know when I tell her, hey, let's go to the drum strip, let's go to the chancla, let's go to the oil patch. She knows what we're talking about. It makes it a lot easier, so I have to explain that to her. So today what we're going to do is we're going to show you this little strip of fishing heaven here in Aransas Pass. So let's get started. This is the strip which we call the drum strip. This is from the base of the Con Harbor Bridge in Aransas Pass, and it goes all the way down to the last bridge that goes over a waterway before you get to the ferries. So you're looking at probably 3 to 4 miles of fishing on both sides of this strip. And this right side, actually right, that little area there, that's one of my favorite places to fish because it's a little opening in between these little islands that runs right along the bank here. And every time you see somebody fishing there. And also, there's a couple of vehicles down there where they launch their kayaks from. Makes for a great kayak place, which we'll show you another place further down, which is the place that people love to launch their kayaks from. But anyway, this is the strip, the drum strip. So we'll show you a few places and also where to get your bait and tackle on this strip, and we'll go from there. In this entire stretch, whether you get your bait first or while you're fishing, having a good day, you need more bait, make sure to stop at Fin and Feather Bait and Tackle. They're here on the right side, which is located here on this map, and they've got all your live shrimp, live croaker, crabs, you name it. And they also, a great fishing spot is the pier that's in the very back over there, and especially at night, makes for some great night fishing on that pier. But this is your first stop for all your bait and tackle needs, and not only here, but across this very first bridge on the way out on this strip, on the left side, you'll see Coastal Charters, which is another bait and tackle shop. And they have the same thing, all the live shrimp you're going to need, the shad, live mullet, croaker, you name it. So that's your first two, well, it's your only two on this strip with the live bait for you to stock up to make it a great day fishing out here. And we also, they carry a full line of Stellar fishing tackle in both locations. So make sure to stop and get all that taken care of before. And they both have beer. Beer, my favorite. They both have beer at these locations to get your day started. Up and down this strip, you'll see plenty of places to launch your kayak. But as you can see from the map, this is the most popular place here on the west side. So people just back down this little ramp right here, launch their kayaks from here, and they stay on this back bay and get all their, especially way over there on the horizon, they can paddle that way. You see some kayaks out there, but this is one of the popular places to launch your kayak on this strip. On the horizon is the bridge where we started this video from, and Con Harbor's over there to the right. So on the east side, this is what you see almost the whole way. It's just nice little places to pull in, park your vehicle, you know, take out your fishing rod and start fishing. Now straight ahead, that big bay right there, that's called Redfish Bay. And I'm sure they gave it a name, Redfish Bay, for a reason. So a lot of boating activity out there. And then of course you start with all these little islands from the lighthouse kayak trails that are back there. So a lot of places and opportunities just to pull up, get in the water if you want. You don't have to get in the water and wade fish, but you can also just, there's a lot of spots, which we'll show you a few later, where you just pull up, pull out your chair, coolers, and you're good to go and get your fishing taken care of. On the west side of this entire strip, like I said, it's not a bay side, but you get a lot of little channels. And like these people right here that are pulling up their kayak, I just saw their stringer. They got a couple of big reds on there and coming this way, but you see a lot of these little channels that go straight back with all these little islands in between. And when you look at the map, you see a whole bunch of little islands on the west side. And on the weekends, you get a lot of people because there's plenty of driving room, plenty of parking space, and you can just pull up and just either wade fish or fish from the bank because that water isn't real shallow. You go out there, a good 10, 15 feet, and you're ready up to about your waist in the water. So all the way up and down this strip on the west side, that's what you see, a lot of these little fishing spots. And we've tried several of them, and we've caught some fish, but just periodically, you just have these little grooves, and you get people that come up here and they park and they just throw in, pull out your chairs, your barbecue pits, and you go from there. And there's very little boat traffic on this side. You get a lot of people that launch their kayaks, and you will see people like these boats that are coming up this channel, but that's because it's a little deeper coming up this way. But it makes for some great fishing. So we'll keep popping into these spots here on this drum strip here and go from there. And like I mentioned a while ago, seeing this stringer full of redfish, and if you take a look here, they just came in on their kayak, and man, that's nice. They got 3 big ones there, and actually there's another stringer in the back with a couple of more. But she's showing off because she said those are the ones that she caught, and there's another 3 in the back that her husband caught. So obviously they limited out here in the same area. It makes for some great fishing here in Aransas Pass. Thank you very much. Now this little part of the strip is a favorite place for my wife and I to fish, because you can see the city of Aransas Pass on this whole thing. They made this into a city park. And there's little picnic tables, there's parking areas, and right here, this thing that I'm on, it's like a little pergola, a little pavilion, and all the way through this whole thing, there's all these little strips of where you can just walk up, put a couple of chairs down there, get your fishing rods, fishing rod holders, and throw in. And it's deep because this is the channel that goes out to the Gulf that way, that goes back this way to Aransas Pass. And they keep this channel nice and deep, so it makes for a great place to fish. And this is our favorite because we can just pop in and just relax, pull out the pit, take out your cooler, your chairs, and as you can see, people do that here. And now these islands that are across from here, over there, that's the lighthouse. But back there, they call that the kayak trails, the lighthouse kayak trails. And this stuff that you see on the other side of the canal, those are just a whole bunch of different little islands back there, and people love to launch their kayaks and get as much fishing done back there in the back, because the water's a little shallow, so they can just get into all these different little trails back there. And even if you're not a fisherman and you just like to take your kayak and go out there on an adventure, you can do that. But it makes for some great fishing back there. And from time to time, you'll see schools of dolphins coming up this channel, going backwards and forwards. Of course, I don't like to fish when there's dolphins around, but they do make their appearance from time to time. And especially if you have kids, makes for a great outing when they get to see dolphins swimming in the surf. So this is on the east side of the strip. And there's some houses up there to where this city park goes until it hits those houses. Then of course on the other side is more little ample places to fish as you go along. So this is the very end of what we call the drum strip, and this is the last bridge that goes over a water passage, because down there where that big oil rig is on the horizon, that's where the ferries are at that take you across to Port Aransas. And as you can see, not only here but on the other side of this bridge, there's people that are wade fishing. And so of course the fish have to go through here to get to the other side. And so it makes for bank fishing, or you can get in there wade fishing. You see a guy right there in the middle coming through there with his kayak. And this is the very end. And actually on the horizon, way over there, you can see the lighthouse for these lighthouse islands that I talked about earlier, the little pathways for the kayaks back there. And so this is what we call the drum strip. So make sure to check all the locations on this map, because there's a lot of fishing for a little 3 to 4 mile strip, and pretty much it catches everybody. You can bank fish, you can wade fish, you can launch your kayaks, you can take your boat, but this is an ideal strip here in Aransas Pass to do your fishing. So thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go to stellarfishingtackle.com to support this channel and order anything online that we can supply you with. And good luck fishing out there.